Hello, everyone. The purpose of my speech today is to inform y'all on Diana Baumrind's 3 styles of parenting and a fourth style added 20 years later by two researchers, McCovey and Martin. Informing you of this knowledge can help you to identify the parenting style that you may use or use in the future. Diana Baumrind, born August 23rd, 1927, in New York City, was a clinical and developmental psychologist. Diana was known for her research on parenting styles until her death in September 13th, 2018, in Oakland, California. She began her research in the 1960s by following 100 preschool-aged children. Diana believed different parenting styles had correlations with a child's behavior, happiness, and success. This research started with a study of parenting styles using two metrics. The first metric is parental responsiveness or unresponsiveness, which relates to how sensitive and open parents are with their children and their needs. For example, a parent's interest in their child's artistic ability, or the parent's respect of the child's point of view on clothing and what he or she decides to wear. The second metric is parental demandingness or undemandingness, which relates to the amount of control a parent has on their child's behavior. For example, how much a parent monitors their child's cell phone and internet use, or parents' expectations on their child's to act wild or manually in public places like restaurants. Out of Diana's research, she identified three parenting styles: authoritative, authoritarian, and permissive. Neglectful or uninvolved, this style was added over 20 years later by two researchers, which ends up commonly known as Diana Baumrind's four parenting styles. The first parenting style Diana identified is authoritative parenting. This style of parenting is often referred as democratic, a let's talk about it style, which parents listen to their children while also using fair discipline when need be. Parents give reasonable demands and consistent limits while listening to their children's point of view. Diana determines some typical traits such as parents listening and allowing their children to express their opinions. Another trait is parents encouraging their children to be independent or have high reasonable expectations of their children. Authoritative parenting can lead to happier and active children, more independent and better self-esteem. This style of parenting proves that children had fewer health issues or any kind of substance abuse. The second style of parenting Diana identified is authoritarian parenting. This style of parenting is also referred as disciplinarian, or because I said so, a style where parents punish their children for the mistakes harshly and often without giving any reasons. Parents give hardly any warmth and love and place a high value on conformity and obedience. Diana determined some typical traits such as parents not giving their children choices or options, or parents enforcing strict rules that are often clear and sometimes changed without any notice. Another trait identified is parents hovering over their children so that no mistakes are allowed to be made. Authoritarian parenting can lead to children with unhappy temperament or bad academic behavior and results. This style can lead to children to have more mental issues and substance abuse issues and less independent with lower self-esteem. The third style of parenting that Diana identified is permissive parenting. This style of parenting is often referred to as the indulgent or you're the boss style, where parents rarely discipline their children and freedom is also granted in abundance. Parents' expectations and demands of their children are not high. Children typically run over their parents, and parents tend to be a friend towards their children instead of a parent, especially when needed. This parenting style lacks rules that are needed for child's basic needs. Diana determines some typical traits such as parents being warm and loving towards their child, asking their child's opinions on some decisions, and sometimes using bribery to get their children to do or go somewhere. Another trait is a lack of structure that the parent gives the child. Permissive parenting can lead to children to be less happy, have bad self-control, and they will not perform well at school. This style can lead to children's lack of self-discipline and have more problems in social settings. Children will struggle to find the rules and may indulge in risky behaviors such as sexual or substance abuse. This style does contribute to a high self-esteem and lower levels of depression in children, though. Now, the fourth parenting style that ultimately determined by Jacoby and Martin is neglectful or uninvolved parenting. This style is often referred to as uninvolved or you're on your own style, where no set of rules are provided and no affection or warmth towards their children. Parents are indifferent and sometimes neglectful. This could be because the parents focus at work, depression, or substance and alcohol abuse. Some of the typical traits shared by neglectful parents are cold, unresponsive towards their children, showing little interest in the children's activities, showing no involvement. This style can lead to children to be more anxious, and children will not perform well at school. Children will tend to have more health mental problems and have a higher chance of displaying delinquent behavior in adolescence. This style shows that children are being emotional, withdrawn, fearful, anxious, and at a much higher risk of alcohol abuse and substance abuse as an emotional and mental place to run. Now today I wanted to inform you of Diana Baumrind's 3 styles of parenting with the addition of the 4th style that researchers Jacoby and Martin added. Diana was known for her parenting style research, and this research is in use in textbooks and articles still to this day. With this information, can you decide what kind of parenting or what kind of parent you'll be? Thank you for joining me.